Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John and I have a new album review for you today. It is by the band Artillery and the name of the album is called X. So if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and you will be updated every time I release a new video. Now, Artillery is a thrash band from Denmark and they've been around since 1982, and you can even say they're one of the pioneers of the genre, but they don't really get the same recognition as many other bands. They have released some very influential albums such as Fear of Tomorrow from 1985, Terror Squad from 1987, and By Inheritance from 1990. Since then they have been on and off again, and this is their 10th album, hence the title X. They have a mostly new lineup with one founding member still in the band, Michael Stutzer, and sadly his brother Morten Stutzer passed away in 2019. So if you're a metal fan, you know there are many types of thrash bands, some being more extreme than others, but this band can be considered of the more like melodic type of thrash band, and it's really a mix of thrash metal and power metal. So the songs on the album contain many heavy riffs, fast tempos, shredding solos, and the vocals are a little more singing and like less growling. Think of a band like Flotsam and Jetsam and you will have an idea of what the band sounds like. There are a few heavy songs, some mid-tempo rockers, and there is one ballad. I'll be talking about all that right now. So there are 11 tracks with a runtime of 45 minutes. The first song is called The Devil Symphony, and it starts with a short, clean guitar riff, almost like a Middle Eastern inspired riff, but the main riff just kicks in and you know it's going to be a very fast and heavy song. This one reminds me a lot of like that early like metal church, that like thrash metal, power metal, kind of like hybrid kind of thing. Has some catchy choruses, pretty cool tempo change in the middle of the song, and pretty cool shredding solo. Next is a really cool song title called In Thrash We Trust. And that's what it is. It's fast, it's heavy, it's thrash metal, and it's a little more thrashier than the other songs, but it's straightforward. A lot of heavy riffs, nice drums. Still very melodic, you know, still has the melodic vocals, but pretty cool song. After that is called Turn Up the Rage, and this one is a little more on the melodic side. Still has a fast pace and heavy riff, but it's a little more of a power metal song. After that is Silver Cross. This one does have a slow build up, a little atmospheric at first, but does have some heavy melodic riffs. The vocals are still very melodic, a lot of like technical guitar playing on the song. The riffs still remind me of many 80s metal bands, and it is a memorable song. Next is called In Your Mind, and this is again one of the more thrashy songs. The opening riff is very crunchy, the drums sound very good in this one, has a really hard driving beat. It's a little more of like a darker tone, and the chorus reminds me again of the band like Metal Church. The chorus is also very repetitive, so it does stick in your head. The next song is called The Ghost of Me, and it's a power ballad straight out of the 80s. And it doesn't really sound like a thrash metal ballad, like something you would hear from like Metallica or Testament. It's something more like something you hear from like a band like Skid Row or Metal Church. I keep repeating that band, but something like that. But it is 80s style power ballad. It's not a bad song, it's just very different from the rest of the album. But after that is Force of Indifference, and this one, it's a complete turnaround. It's very hard and heavy. It's straightforward thrasher. It moves at a fast pace. There are still some like melodic elements of the song, but this one reminds me a little bit of like the band like Forbidden, where like they're super heavy, super technical, but they do have like a little bit of like melody in their songs. It is one of the heavier songs, and probably like one of the ones I like a little better. I really like the drum sound. It has a very nice beat, and the bass, I really like how you can hear it very clearly in this one. Next is a song called Varg I Veum, and this one is a little more on the melodic side. It still has some crunchy riffs, and another one of their like thrash power metal hybrid songs. After that is Morse, Ontologica. I think I said that right, but this one is just classic, straightforward heavy metal. It's mid-tempo, a little bit on the thrashy side, but more melodic power metal, and I really like the drums. The drums do stand out in this album. Okay, there's only two more songs. The next one called Eternal Night, and pretty cool bass intro, has that really nice bass tone. It's heavy, it's melodic, and the song moves at a nice pace and does have a lot of heavy riffs in the middle of the song. But this is, again, more of a power metal song. It's still very melodic, and it's a pretty good song. The last song is called Beggar in Black Suits, and the intro is kind of strange at first, but once it kicks in, you do hear a little bit more of a darker tone. It's very fast. The drums, again, sound very good, and the vocals are, as always, melodic, and it does have another shredding solo. So in conclusion, I like the album in general. I think it would be a good album for a casual metal fan. You know, maybe somebody who's not really into thrash metal, but is like interested in learning about it. You know, the songs are very melodic and easy to listen to. I already compared them to like Flotsam and Jetsam and Metal Church, but you could also say they're kind of like bands like Megadeth and Annihilator. You know, that type of like melodic thrash. It also has a big power metal influence. You know, they are a European band, and that is very big from where they're from. So if you do like those types of subgenres, you would like this album, but if you dislike either of those subgenres, you might not like this. Like I said, it's a good album. It didn't blow me away. I enjoyed listening to the guitar riffs and the drum beats, but I was looking for some like heavier breakdowns and some more extreme tempo changes. I probably would have liked that. Maybe they could have had a little more aggressive vocals in some parts of the songs, you know, made it a little more interesting, but it is packed with heavy riffs, so I will give it an 8 out of 10, and that's kind of being generous. I'd like to see how the album stands over the test of time in the next few months, and I'd like to see if it does appear on any of my end of the year lists. So that is it. Comment below if you've heard this album or heard their other albums, and let me know what you think of the band. Tomorrow I'll be doing Sumo Psycho. That is a very strange band, and it's a band that's kind of hard to describe, so I'm going to kind of have a tough time reviewing it, but I really like it a lot. So that's kind of a spoiler. It is a good album. And I will be reviewing some of the VCLT I received that you can see right behind me. And I will be doing a Beatles ranking, because I've been listening to the Beatles a lot these days. So please hang around for that. Check out the in-video links. I have some of my new releases. And I'll see you in the next one.